Happened this year, right here in our beautiful country. Now, Pietermaritzburg woman has detailed how her teenage nephew was actually killed during those unrest. Zamanguse was the first witness to testify at the Human Rights Commission's investigative hearings held in Durban.
eNCA senior reporter Dasen Thathiah was there with more details.
The South African Human Rights Commission's national investigative hearings into the July unrest has officially started. Now, this will unpack a number of issues, among them what the role of the security cluster was during that time, the alleged racial profiling that people have been hearing about, the socio-economic impact of that violence, and a number of other issues, ultimately trying to find what was behind it. The first witness on the stand was Zama Nguse, a Pietermaritzburg resident. She spoke about how her 17-year-old nephew, Sebastian Nguse, was shot and killed on July 12th.
It's the same isibhama badubula kwashona ngaso sibahle because naye wayenalembobe encane kuyikona ukuthi ithi mayidubulile lento then iyavaleka ivalele leyo nto elaphakathi kubise kuthiwa ispreader upoisonik.
Pietermaritzburg, and Khan Road in particular, was one of the areas where pockets of violence had erupted during the July unrest. Now, one resident and businessman, Rushan Jainath, spoke about how that area had turned into a war zone and how he found a woman who had just been shot dead.
This was a lady that was shot. It was Spashlet, just to differentiate, was shot in the early hours of the morning.
Okay.
Right. And then mid-morning, when they burnt the camp, apparently they went to one of the ladies and shot her at close range. So her body was lying on the floor for at least 6-7 hours before the police removed it. But we didn't get any assistance from anyone, from any of the political parties. It was a community left to be on their own. For a few days, among the community, we raised money to buy food because this community lost everything. When they burnt those houses, the meager possessions, their clothes or whatever food they had was burnt. They were left with nothing. The only thing they were left with was what they were wearing.
The hearings will continue on Tuesday, where residents of Zwelisha, Bambai, Amaoti and Phoenix are expected to give testimony. I'm Dasen Thathiah in Durban.